Time for another youth video report.
I was lost with a broken heart. You picked me up, now I'm set apart. From the ash I am born again, forever safe in the Savior's hands. You are more than my words could say. I'll follow you, go for all my days. Fix my eyes, follow in your ways. Forever free in unending grace. Come on!
Hey guys, hope everybody's having a great day today. We're going to continue in our series on the Ten Commandments. Today we're on commandment number 6, which we find in Exodus chapter 20, verse 13, and it says, "Thou shalt not murder." Now, what is the definition of murder? Well, our legal definition in the United States says the unlawful killing of an innocent person with the intent to kill, meaning that you meant to do it. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't self-defense. You intended to kill this person for whatever reason. Now, the biblical definition we find in Genesis chapter 9, verse 6, which says, "Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed, for God made man in his own image." So you can see it's similar, but a little bit of a distinction there. Now, how does that affect us today? Now, I would venture to say that most of us are not sitting around seriously thinking about committing murder. I heard a comedian say one time that if you've never contemplated murder, you've never been married or been in love. He's just trying to make fun and make light of relationships when we get upset with people and when we kind of lose our minds a little bit. But for the most part, most people of a sound mind do not consider murder as the recourse for their actions to resolve a conflict. Now, I will say this: too many times in our society does violence become the first measure of conflict resolution, instead of being able to have conversation with someone regarding the problem that you're having. Now, how does it get to that point? Well, most of the time, people have already decided in their own mind when they get to this point that there's no talking to be done, or as we have said in the past, when our heart rate gets above 100 beats a minute, we begin to lose the ability to think rationally, and we make a lot of bad decisions. Now, I don't think even when our heart rate gets that high that any of us are really thinking about murder, but there are some people that do. And there are people that think about it in terms of, people that are getting in their way, people that either out of revenge or people that they fear are a threat to them in terms of a business threat, hurting their livelihood or something like that. Guys, there's so many ways to resolve conflict that don't involve violence. And I would say that really violence, it should never be the measure that we use in terms to resolve any kind of conflict. If we cannot sit down and talk with each other reasonably about what is going on, what our argument is, what disagreements that we have, then it's best just to walk away. Now, it may seem silly to even mention this in terms of this commandment, but a lot of people get things worked up and they get emotional. Sometimes people make decisions like this when they're on drugs or they're drinking alcohol, and so they make decisions when they're not in their right mind. So we have to decide that. Some people consider abortion to be murder. I personally think that it is. I think that the unborn child is innocent. And I believe that when someone decides to take an innocent life, even though in our country it is legal, I would say God's law, as it says here, shedding blood of someone that is innocent, that would fall under that definition as well. Anyway, guys, listen, don't go out there and murder anybody. I don't think you're going to. There's so many other ways that we can resolve conflict. First thing we ought to do before we decide anything is to pray about it and let God help us and guide us in how to resolve conflict. Anyway, guys, hope this helps. Hope you have a great day today. It's Sunday. Hope that I have seen you at church. If not, I hope that you will watch our church service on Facebook Live at 10:30. Have a great day. God bless you. We will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.